Hey everybody, welcome back to Coral Gardens. Today I'm going to do a quick video about ICP tests. We're going to take the top 3 brand names, we're going to run a test at the same time from the same tank, and we're going to see what we get. Stay tuned. Okay, the first one here will be the ICP test by Aqua Forest Lab. Get this opened up and okay. Comes with the information brochure, bubble package for sending it back in the mail. A sticky label that goes on that, and then the water sample itself here. So, water sample tube. Let's go collect the water sample here. Alright, so it's first thing in the morning. We're going to rinse this tube out. We're in a nice high flow area here of the tank. We'll collect our sample here. Seal it up. And we'll get that ready to go. Well, okay, we've got our water sample. So now we're just we've registered online. There's a little barcode here on the back of this pamphlet that you scan and you can create a new account, which I did. We're gonna get this sealed up and sent off into the mail today. This is the 3 samples for the ATI kit. Comes with the label and the bubble wrap packaging. We've registered this, so we've registered the serial number on the water sample, so they're expecting that. We'll get this off to the mail today as well. We're going to take the ATI samples. The ATI has 3 different tubes. I'm not 100% sure why, whether they do more testing or they test differently, but anyways, I got 3 tubes, so here we go. There's test number 1, or tube number 1. Number 2. And this is the final water sample for the ATI. Now it did come with an ROI sample, which I'm probably not going to use because I've already sampled my water and I know that it's good. We're blessed with nice clean water here in Canada. There we go, number 3. So we'll get this one sent off. And time to move on to test number 3. I did decide to take a RO water sample anyways. I'm already paying for it, so we might as well send it off and just have a look and we'll see what it says. For test number 3. Last but not least, we have ICP Analysis. It's a pretty popular brand we see in the LFS all the time here in Canada. Let's get this water sample in. Again, this test has a single sample bottle. Shipping label, quick start guide, and then the label for the sample, the actual sample itself. So let's get this rinsed out and get a test in there. This is the ICP Analysis water sample we're going to do. We'll get that rinsed out. Get our sample. Again, nice high flow area. This is early in the morning. And all the tests are taken within a couple minutes of each other here, all these water samples. So another one ready to go. Let's get this off into the mail. Okay, ICP Analysis. Overall, the test looks pretty good. We got some yellow cautions and then one item here that's in red. So let's start over at the beginning here with the first one, strontium. We'll hit that. It says it's low, which is fine. Iodine is high. Let's have a look at iodine. Iodine is super elevated. Okay. Manganese is 0. Nickel is 0. Phosphates are 0. They're probably close to 0. I don't think they're exactly 0, but it's reading 0. And zinc here, we're also low. We're not 0, but we're low. So we have a bunch of things that are low. Lithium, we're also low with lithium. Okay. Alright, let that load here again. So overall, not a bad test, except this iodine here would concern me, and like there's something going on here. This is really, really high. Like the high level is way down here. So this would cause me a lot of concern here that there's something really wrong going on with the tank water here. So that's that for this test. Now that we have this, let's move on to Aqua Forest Lab and see what we've got going on with their test here, because their test is also in. So let's compare that. Aqua Forest Lab here. Let's have a look. So the salinity actually is a little high. Yeah, I knew it was creeping up a bit there, so that I'll adjust. KH is a little bit high. It's showing 9.5. I believe I'm testing at about 9.1 or 9.2. I like to keep it about 9. Phosphates are showing 0.03, which is okay, actually. It's showing my aluminum as being high here. Yeah, it's showing that this is elevated and needs addressing. So if you recall, we had iodine on the last test showing that that we had a problem. Now let's go back and have aluminum here. Yeah, the last test showed aluminum was fine. Yeah, so ICP Analysis says aluminum's fine, and Aqua Forest Lab says aluminum is high. Let's move on. We're just going to hit the main points here, the ones that are, interesting. Iron, none. Okay. Let's look here. If we go back, iodine was iodine was high. So let's find iodine here. Iodine, if you recall, the ICP Analysis test showed iodine as being extremely elevated, like way over limits, and it showed it in red. And yet this test here is showing it within limits, and that it's not a problem, which is concerning. What's the next one that we had an issue with here? Lithium. Lithium was low, and it's showing lithium here being elevated. Right, it's 15 to 2000, and we're just over that. So it's showing it being slightly elevated on lithium, whereas the ICP Analysis showed that the lithium was actually low, too low. So, but not a lot of difference there. Where's the next one here that raised my attention was zinc. So let's find zinc here. Zinc. Okay. Zinc was low on ICP Analysis, and zinc here is fine, actually. No problems. It's showing it slightly higher than ICP Analysis, but it's saying that it's fine, that there's no issue with zinc. Yeah, so there you go. I got, it's not a terrible result. I've got some lows, but the concerning part is that we're getting some conflicting readings here, especially with iodine. The ICP Analysis showed iodine as being like really high, and I was really concerned when I saw that reading that there's something wrong with the tank water. there's something wrong with the tank, and it looks like it needs immediate action. But if you look at this test, it's not even yellow. It's fine. So, which is it? Is it really super high, or is it fine? Yeah. Let's look at one more coming in here. We've got the last one was ATI. So let's have a look at ATI and see what they've got going on here with their test. Maybe we get a little bit more consistent here. We'll see. This one's also showing the salinity as being a little bit high. We got an 83% total score. So the minor elements we were fairly low on. The rest we weren't bad. The base elements. It's showing that we're a little out of whack here. Our salinity's crept up a little bit. My test at home here is showing salinity at 35.5, so within a half a point. Might be a little bit off. KH is showing that it's a little bit high. I like to keep my KH at 9, so to me this is acceptable level. And we'll go through the test here. All these readings are great on the major elements. Everything is within range, near nature they call it. So everything there is fine. You can look at the graph. They've got it broken down like this. It's actually kind of nice. Minor elements. Well, let's go back to major elements here because I want to compare apples to apples, oranges to oranges. So actually, if we go back, Stromium. This one is reading good, obviously. Aquaforest read good on this one, and ATI read that it was low and I needed to dose. So that's the first one. Let's go to iodine. I'm kind of interested to see what we've got on iodine because ATI showed that as being really high, and Aquaforest showed it as being normal ranges. And now here we go with ATI showing it in normal range, near nature. So is that iodine reading wrong? It must be. I would think so. And what if I don't know. All right, this is just low. I'm not going to comment really on these conflicting test results yet. Lithium. Let's have a look at lithium. Okay. Down here. Top, that's why I can't see it. Shows lithium is fine. Aqua Forest Lab showed this as being elevated too high, actually extremely high. And ICP showed it as low. So ICP says we have to dose lithium. Aqua Forest Lab says that we need to stop dosing or there's a problem with the tank because it's too high. And ATI says that it's near nature. So which is it? Is it too low? Is it too high? Or is it okay? I mean, that's a problem. That is a problem. Let's look at the zinc. Zinc. Okay, it's showing that the zinc is increased levels. It's a little bit high. It's actually showing it quite a bit high. It's not in red. So zinc. Aquaforest Lab tested this, said this was normal range. Their test showed the zinc as being in normal range, required nothing. So this says it's high. Aquaforest Lab says that it's normal, and ICP says that it's low, and I need to dose it. So which is it? Is it high? Is it normal? Or is it low? Each lab has a different result for that reading. What's the last one? Aluminum. Okay, this one's showing aluminum as being normal, near nature range. Aquaforest Lab says if you recall, the aluminum was high. And ICP Analysis said that it was normal. So 2 out of 3 said it's normal, but Aquaforest said that it's high. So I don't know. to me, that's just really unreliable. I just don't trust this now. I don't know what to say. If any of you guys have had a similar experience with these tests or have any comments, I'd love to hear it in the comments below. But at this point, I'm at a loss for words. I don't know. Maybe I'll go buy like 20 tests and and see if they're all like this. Maybe we can find a lab that's actually decent and consistent. I mean, these tests aren't showing that one lab is wrong, because I don't have a lab, so I can't test these labs to see who's right and who's wrong. All I can do is test them against each other and show you that, well, at least 2 out of 3 have to be wrong at some point here. So with all these inconsistencies, you know, one lab saying it's good, one lab saying it's low, and then the other lab saying it's high, one of them are going to be wrong, if not all of them wrong. So how much weight should you put in onto these tests that we're getting back from the labs? I mean, I watched Polo Reef dosing his tanks according to his ICP tests, and he's got a huge system, and he's dosing massive amounts of chemicals into his tank based on his ICP test. I mean, what if his ICP test is wrong, just like one of these are wrong? So pretty concerning. Anyways, that's all I got on this. I really don't know what else to say, but a little disappointed to say the least. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and please like and subscribe. These videos do require quite a bit of time and effort, and sometimes a little bit of money, so just a like makes it all worth it for me. Thanks, guys.